Hi friends, thanks for joining me for another video. Today I'm going to talk about these little treats that I created for some friends at work for Valentine's Day, and also revisit these that I created last year around Thanksgiving. I'm not sure that I shared them, but I still have a few left over. And I'm also going to talk about my next important upcoming project, so stay tuned. So for Valentine's Day this year, I wanted to make some treats with the Hershey nuggets. Now these are really all over YouTube. The first person I think I saw create these was Amber from Lyric Lover Crafts. I will link her down below. She does a ton of kind of craft fair party favor projects that are easy and that I really love. So for this one, I knew that I wanted to use this heart paper for my rosette. When I created the rosette, I went ahead and cut 2 strips of 12-inch paper, and I matched them and created the rosette after I scored them. When I glue down the rosette, I do it onto a small white piece of cardstock, so maybe like 1.5 or 2 inches. And that just is the piece that I like to use to adhere down my rosette, to kind of glue it into place. And then once it's dry, I go ahead and add this piece of 3-inch, or I think it might be 3.5-inch circle. This was out of glitter cardstock, but that really kind of covered up the works so that while I was creating my rosette, smashing it down and holding it in place so that the glue would adhere, I didn't really have to worry about the positioning of that white little circle of paper. You can't even see it now. And then for this particular rosette, I went ahead and punched out a 1-inch circle out of glitter cardstock and adhered that to the top. And so all of these are basically the same. The ones for individuals that I know are going to be in the office tomorrow, I went ahead and put their initials on them, and I'll probably just make sure this is adhered. I just used a tape runner for this. It's pretty sturdy though. And so for the treat bag itself, these are the 2 by 10-inch pretzel bags. So I do have one friend at work that has some allergies, so I created one with just peppermints in it. I used a piece of cardstock that is 1.5 by 8, and these happen to be the type of bags that self-seal, so they have the little strip you pull off and it adheres. I went ahead and used twine for some of these, just wrapped it around a bunch of times and tied a bow. But I also used black ribbon on some of them just because I kind of liked the black with the red and white, and I think the colors worked pretty well. You can see that on the nuggets I really didn't put them in any order, but I just did 8 in a pack. And let me show you what I figured out. So these are more of the little strips that I covered the Hershey nugget in. And for each one, I would put a piece of adhesive on the top and the bottom. And when I took the chocolate, I would lay my, so this is 1 by 3, if I didn't say that already. I would take the top of it and lay it right under where it says Hershey's. And that way, as I pulled the strip of paper this way and folded it around, it wouldn't accidentally open the chocolate. So I just remembered to just adhere it right below the word and use that kind of as a template or a guide and fold them over, and that worked really well. I did try a few different ways. Some of these I filled by just slipping the chocolate in one at a time, but others I put a strip of adhesive down the middle and attached each chocolate. And I think they really took about the same amount of time because I really had to kind of wiggle and move around the bag when I had the chocolates already adhered to the cardstock. So definitely play around with whatever you're using and see what's most efficient for you. And so I made a dozen or so of these. I have a few more over there that you can't see, but at the end of once I put these together, I did go to my sticker stash. I did have these pretty big stickers from excuse me, I think the Dollar Tree. So I used those to put initials on some of them, and some of them don't have that. You could definitely put some other decoration like a heart if you wanted to on top of these ones. You can also take your alpha dies and die cut either different words like love or initials as well. I like to lean on initials. Sometimes I'll just do a first initial. It really gives that tiny extra bit of personalization so that the individual who's receiving it knows that you were specifically thinking of them when you were putting that together. So that's that. I also wanted to talk a little bit about these ones that I created last fall for Thanksgiving. These use just the regular number 5 tags. I think these are from Paper Accents. I used mica spray and spray stain from Ranger to do some coppery fall colors. And so this uses a copper. I think I used carved pumpkin, and I think I stamped them actually before I sprayed them with these different sentiments, and used whatever washi tape I had laying around. So I picked like 3 or 4 different washies and I put them on the tag, used a little piece of like an enamel dot and some ribbon, of course. And I considered these kind of a bookmark, but I also attached a chocolate square on the back of each one of them. So it's also like a little treat. And I did quite a few of these, so I had some left over and got really excited when I realized I had some chocolates left over. So that's that. These have Totoro on them. This Totoro washi tape, if you know who that is. So the other upcoming project that I wanted to talk about really is that I'm going to pause for a minute and take a break from working on new projects and tutorials so that I can work on craft room organization, which really sounds fun. I'm going to put in a video here of the state of my craft room now. You'll see that I work in this space as well for my regular full-time job, and I've been doing a lot of reading and watching videos about the correlation between clutter and anxiety and mental health. And I feel like I do start my regular work day at a deficit every day because I come in and have to look at this mess every day before I even start. So I am going to consider my next project to be organizing the craft room, which mostly is honestly going to be decluttering. It's going to be getting rid of extra inventory. I have so much paper and, so many just in case craft items that in order to be organized and have easy access to get things and put them away, I'm going to have to get rid of some stuff. So I have a box of 12 by 12 paper that's about, I don't know, about this high, that I started decluttering this weekend. I am giving that away and donated a bunch of other miscellaneous items. And I'm hoping that if I concentrate on that for the next few weeks, then I can do an update video and show you how I am at least better organized and less cluttered. So if you have any tips or tricks that you use, or if you want to share anything about your organizing and decluttering journey, I would really appreciate those. I am partially doing this video because I think it might give me some accountability to get through this organization and decluttering project. So thank you so much for joining me for another video, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.